Okay, so for those of you that may not know, Apple is currently testing two different versions of iOS 18, iOS 18.0, which is set to release in mid to late September, and iOS 18.1, which is set to be released in mid to late October. Now, a lot of you guys have been asking which two of the updates is performing the best. What's the best battery life? How's Siri? How's the performance overall? So instead of just telling you, I wanted to show you a few tests here, and I'm going to go ahead and start off with a power up test. So we're going to go ahead and power off both of these iPhones, and we're going to go ahead and do a power off test here quickly on both iOS 18.1, which is obviously running on this device here on the right, and 18.0 running on the left here. So let's go ahead and wait for both devices to completely shut down, and I'm going to go ahead and run a boot up test here in the count of 3. So we're going to press the power button on the side here at the same time at the count of 3. So 1, 2, and 3. Here we go. So we're going to leave it pressed, and let's see which one of the two iPhones boots up faster. Again, iOS 18.0 is running on this device here on the left, and it's set to be released mid to late September. I want to say around September the 16th. And then we have 18.1 releasing in mid to late October. So iOS 18.0 actually booted up faster, as you just saw there, perhaps maybe a second or two sooner. With the release of iOS 18.1, Apple also added some new Apple Intelligent features to the iPhone, and that includes some of the new Siri stuff. So the new Siri UI, as you can see right here, is now live on 18.1 beta, which is something not present on 18.0. As you can see there, this is the old classic Siri that we're used to. So you guys have been asking, is Siri any faster when responding to any requests? So let's go ahead. Actually, I don't know if she's any faster. I haven't noticed any major differences, but here I wanted to capture on camera if Siri is actually a little faster with Apple Intelligence. Keep in mind that Apple Intelligence is still in the process of being completed. This is still in beta, so it could improve by the time iOS 18.1 is officially out. But let's go ahead and ask simple questions here at the same time. How far is the moon?
The average distance between and the moon is 238,000.
It actually looked like iOS 18.0 responded a little quicker in my opinion. So let's go ahead and ask another question here. Who's the president of the United States?
Joe Biden is the president of the United States.
Well, I think actually iOS 18.0 is performing slightly faster, at least Siri, when it comes to responding to any questions and things like that, as you can see right there. So yeah, it looks like Siri is a little faster actually on 18.0. And as I mentioned, Apple could improve Siri, the speed of the response, by the time iOS 18.1 is officially out. Obviously, with 18.1 and Apple Intelligence and the new Siri 2.0, we get the new UI that a lot of you guys are looking forward to, but this is only going to be available for iPhone 15 Pro and 15 Pro Max, or later, obviously, with iPhone 16 launching later in September. So there you guys have it. So for the next test, I want to go ahead and test the Wi-Fi performance. A lot of you guys continue to ask, is Wi-Fi any better on the latest 18.1 versus the 18.0 update? Now, keep in mind, obviously, as I mentioned before, this is all beta software, so things could improve before the official release, but let's see what those numbers look like right now. Now, on the left, as I mentioned, 18.0, we're going to run the test here first, and let's go ahead and see what those numbers look like. This is the first time actually running the test on these devices. And here in the studio, the network is capable of anywhere from 200 to 400 megabytes on the download speed side. And when it comes to uploads, we don't get anywhere above 12. So right now, it looks like we're approaching 141 on the actual download speeds, and for the uploads, as I mentioned, we never get above 12. So it looks like 11.7, 11.8, as you can see right there. So there you have it. Now let's go ahead and run the test on 18.1. So obviously same network, same location, obviously. So let's run the test here on 18.1, and boom, we're approaching 170 here, as you see right there quickly. And it looks like in terms of Wi-Fi performance, iOS 18.1 outperformed 18.0 with 165 versus 141 here on this initial test, as you can see right there, the numbers. And as I mentioned before, when it comes to uploads, we never get above 12. So as you can see right there, it looks like with this test, iOS 18.1 slightly outperformed 18.0 in the Wi-Fi test performance. So let's go ahead and take a look at the benchmarks because I also ran Geekbench here on both of these devices. And these are the numbers for both updates. Obviously, as you can see right here on the right, iOS 18.1 and 18.0 on the left. When it comes to single core score for 18.0, we have 2,798 versus 2,818 on iOS 18.1. So it looks like iOS 18.1 slightly outperformed on the multi-core performance. And when it comes to single core, it looks like 18.0 actually outperformed 18.1. So a split decision here, I guess you can call it, 6,761 versus 6,667. So it looks like these numbers are basically split. In terms of performance, both devices are running buttery smooth. I have to say that the performance-wise is looking good. The only thing I have complaints about is battery life. And this is something a lot of you guys also continue to talk about and ask about. And to be honest, once again, this is beta software and it's hard to determine what the battery will be when these softwares are officially out to the public. But as of right now, with both updates, after testing these updates over a period of time, it looks like actually 18.0 has better battery life than 18.1 beta. So at this point, it looks like 18.0 is outperforming 18.1 in terms of battery performance. But as I mentioned, this could change by the time 18.1 is officially out. As I mentioned, 18.1 is set to be released mid to late October with Apple Intelligence for the newer iPhones, and iOS 18.0 is set to release within about a month or so in mid to late September. Thank you for watching this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.